Margaret Cheann Corlin, I first want to begin, like others, by acknowledging an incredibly brave and courageous young person outside on the gates where it's absolutely lashing rain. That's Cara Dermody, I should say, protesting outside, not for herself, but for her brothers and for thousands of children across the country who are being denied timely assessments of supports. Cara's strength is extraordinary, and her message is one that we in this House must listen to, and that message is that we are in an emergency. Secondly, I want to acknowledge my colleague, Councillor Donna Phelan, who, like so many parents, has been fighting for years just to get an assessment for her children. Donna's story is not unique. It's shared by too many families in Kildare North and across Ireland. We owe them more than sympathy. We owe them action. And during the general election and since in my office, assessments has been probably the most frequent thing coming into the office, indeed, when I was campaigning as well. Count Corla, under the Disability Act 2005, every child is entitled to an assessment of need within 6 months. Yet across the country, more than 14,000 children are waiting beyond that legal limit. In Kildare North, families are waiting on average 18 months or more, and the Children's Disability Network Team, or CDNT, is operating with a 41% vacancy rate, a statistic that tells its own story. But I do appreciate the efforts that are being made in terms of opening up more places at the university and third level and hiring more people into this space. But early intervention is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And delay leads to more complex needs, more stress on families and more pressure on our system down the line. Indeed, we have the HSE telling families to go to court to try and find a resolution to this, and it's putting too much pressure on families. Councillor, I want to offer two solutions that could possibly work. I'm looking at solutions rather than complaining about issues all the time, and one of those is establishing a dedicated assessment hub or assessment hubs. We need specialised centres staffed by multidisciplinary teams with a singular focus on clearing the backlog and providing timely, high-quality assessments. This model has been piloted successfully in Scotland, particularly in NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde, where dedicated hubs help to reduce assessment waiting times for children with developmental needs by over 50%. It's targeted, measurable and replicable. We could begin by piloting one in Kildare or another county which needs are demonstrably high. Second is to provide interim therapeutic access while awaiting assessment, and my colleague Deputy O'Sullivan mentioned something similar in Cork, and too many children have been denied any supports until the full process is complete. But in the UK and parts of Australia, families can access early intervention, speech and language therapy, OT or behavioural support based on flagged preliminary needs. Let's not let bureaucracy get in the way of a child's development. Interim access would ease family pressure and reduce long-term need. When a GP sees a child with clear speech and language difficulties, we should be getting speech and language therapists for these children straight away, not waiting for an assessment of need. And I do want to say as well that Minister Foley is new in her brief. She has taken to it, she has worked diligently and worked extremely hard. This is an extremely difficult situation to be in, and I want to commend the Minister for her action on this, and I do appreciate her cooperation with some of the suggestions that I will be bringing forward to her as well. I also want to acknowledge the investment made in recent years and the sincere efforts of both this Minister, the previous Minister, and indeed HSE staff that are under immense strain. But good intentions are not enough. We really need now structural changes, fast, fair and family-centred. Councillor, I'll finish on this. What we need to do more than anything is to listen to families, to listen to parents, and more importantly, to listen to the children that are being impacted, some of them actually non-verbal. What is clear to me is that we need to treat this as an emergency. It needs to be solution-based, such as the solutions I've brought forward here this evening, but there are other groups and other deputies that will bring solutions forward as well. And I do think by working in a collegial manner, trying not to politicise this for political gain, and working with the Minister to the best of our abilities, we'll be able to not just work on the backlog, but ensure that we are forward planning for children coming through the system in times to come.
Thank you, Deputy.